Everywhere you look today, you will find people vying for your attention, all of them offering the cure to whatever it is that ails you. If you know anything about marketing, you may have heard people talking about pain points. Marketers are interested in your pain points because they know that pain is a huge motivator. And if they can convince you that they have what you need to remove that pain, then they've got you in the bag. Not all of these people have ill intentions. In fact, many of them genuinely want to help and certainly have something of value to offer. I am one of them. I sell courses online, and I hire marketers to help me do just that. But there's one thing that most people won't tell you. No one can show you the direct route to solving your problems. They can help you along the way, and that help is essential in many ways to your progress. But at the end of the day, you must follow your own path. To illustrate this point, let me provide an analogy. You're preparing to head out on a remote nature trail. You've done everything you can to prepare. You've read all the right books by all the right people. You've gathered all the necessary equipment. You have your bedroll and your tent. You have food and water, and you've brought your flashlight. Most importantly, you have your guidebook. The guidebook tells you mile by mile what you can expect to find on the trail and how to stay on the trail so you won't get lost. You set out on the trail excited for your big adventure. But a few miles in, what do you find? You find yourself in trouble. Did you take a wrong turn back there? You can't find the landmark illustrated in the guidebook, and you're long past where it should have been. Suddenly you realize that you may no longer be on the trail at all. An overwhelming sense of dread comes over you as you begin to fear you may be lost. Maybe you psych yourself out so badly that you choose to turn around and go back, ending your adventure before you have even really begun. Or maybe you take a deep breath and start to think about what you can do. You decide to climb some rocks alongside the path and discover that at the top you have a better vantage point. The wilderness stretches out before you. You peer out over the vast expanse of thick forest and think to yourself, I can see a guidepost there in the distance. You get out your compass and measure the direction of the guidepost. Then you climb down from the rocks and continue forward in the direction indicated. Was it really a guidepost you saw off in the distance? You're not sure, but you choose to believe that it was. Is it possible you may still be headed in the wrong direction and even further off the path? Yes, but it's a risk you're willing to take to continue your journey. If you're lucky, you reach the guidepost and you're able to determine where this marker is in your guidebook. Now you can continue on, following with the guide once more. And this is exactly how any significant journey you take in your life plays out. The road and the highways you took to get to the trailhead, those were the rote part of the journey that everyone must take. If you're a photographer, this is the part where you learn the exposure triangle, how to operate your camera, and basic lighting skills. It's all those straightforward aspects of the craft that you must understand before you can even be taken seriously as a photographer. But the trailhead is where your real journey begins. Many people have ventured down this trail, but few have made it very far before turning back. And of those who have, no two people have followed the exact same path. The guidebook can only get you so far because the trail is constantly changing. Torrential rains, high winds, animals, earthquakes, and everything nature has to offer are constantly rearranging the landscape. so that the trail is different each and every time someone takes it. And each person who takes it is different too. Your way of looking at the trail is vastly different from that of the person who wrote the guidebook, and from all the other travelers who have found themselves on the trail. These guides can help and support you, but you must pass over the trail alone.